guys, this is Sasha and welcome back to my channel. Here I talk about healthy living as a working mom and wife, and this is my week 10 check-in, so let's go. So week 10 weigh-in. I had a lot of things going on, but I'm super excited to share it with you guys today. For my new followers, thank you for coming back. If this is your first time, thank you. Again, my name is Sasha. I just try to be real on this channel and candid and let you know how I'm doing, my struggles, and how I try to get through them in these unprecedented times. And so I'm very aware that it's sometimes the battle losing weight. I mean, we wouldn't be on a weight loss journey because if we had everything figured out. The main part of it is it's a journey and everybody has their own individual one. So I'm just sharing mine with you. I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm actually a high school teacher, a math teacher at that. So I love numbers and I definitely love when they work in my favor, and hopefully this week it did. So if you didn't watch last week's weigh-in, I will link that here in the iCards above. You can go ahead and look at that. And also, if you want to follow my posts and how I'm doing in terms of social media, I'll have my Instagram on here as well. And you can also follow my family Instagram, where I post on there family pictures of my kids and all that good stuff. So last week I weighed in at 191 pounds, and quite honestly, I was proud of that 191 because it represented a lot of hard work. Being an educator in these times, I have been super stressed, and I've had some things that have gone on this week that have been stressful. But before we get to that, let's talk about some of the good things. So I kept working out. I worked out 6 days this week. I did take 1 day to rest, which was not Sunday. It was actually a Monday, and it was much needed because I was just mentally and emotionally exhausted. But I still did my HIIT workout. Sorry if you can hear background noise. Everybody and their mama is doing something on the house, and they're a little noisy. But I did manage to get good HIIT workouts. I did several long distance walks on the treadmill. So between 3 and 5 miles generally is what I like to stay around. And I did do at least 1.5 miles every single time that I worked out this week. Still giving that hip that I talked about before. I've had some hip pain on my left hip, so still giving that a break. And just trying to maneuver through all the stuff. I live in Indiana, if you guys do not know. So today, actually, after I'm done filming this video, I'm going to be seeing what the governor says as far as what's going to be happening. But I know as a public educator, I will not be returning back to work this semester. So that's one less thing I guess I have to worry about. But there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. Don't want to get off topic, but my workouts were good and much needed to kind of try to unwind and combat some of the stressors from work. I did feel like I ate pretty good. I had 1 day, which I'll go 1.5-ish days, and I'll explain why I got a little bit off because some unfortunate things did happen. But I felt like my eating was good. I did get a little frustrated because it felt like the more that I ate consistently, I was still having some water retention and things like that. And I do weigh in every day. It's not everybody's forte. Definitely not telling you to get on the scale every day. I do for accountabilities to see how my body is reacting to what I'm doing to it. I've done this for quite some time. And again, if you're new, you would not know that I started my weight loss journey back in September of 2018. So I'm heading on 2 years, and I've consistently been really evaluating my body and see what is best, and I have had 3 babies, so I am pretty lenient on myself in regards of I've given birth to 3 human beings, and that takes a toll on your body. So let's get to the things that maybe were not so great this week. So some of the things that were not that excellent was my stress levels. My stress levels from work, without going into details, just with administrative rulings and things that go on in education. And we have some say to extent, but a lot of it is legislative. And so it just gets passed down to us. Took my stress level that was already pretty high to just over the top this week. And I think it's important for us to acknowledge when there are stressors that are out of our control, and maybe we manage them well, and maybe we do a freaking horrible job. And I felt like I tried to handle it the best I could, but it was just not working for me, you guys. It was just not. So I did stray a little bit. That's what I meant for that day and a half, with not really calculating what I was putting in my mouth. I did not track my macros for like an evening and then the following day because I was over it. And not only that, in my church, there's several churches, and we're a group of churches, and we all fellowship together. And I've been in it my whole entire life, born and raised. Two of our members died from COVID, and one was older, and then one was 22. And I think because I've lost my daughter, my first child, at birth, and then the other one, I've known her. She threw my first birthday party that I ever remember when I was 3 years old. It just emotionally took a toll. And things were already getting real. I already knew people who had tested positive, who had been hospitalized. But I think it's more so these people were influential. And the young lady had the same disease that my mom had, and had battled up into her death in 2014. And I think it just was a lot of emotional triggers for me, and I try to weed myself through it as much as I can. I journal, of course I talk with my husband. I'm very spiritual. I pray, I do Bible study, I do all that. But sometimes we get in our own head and it's hard to combat. And whether you're spiritual or not, there are things that trigger you that make it hard to push forward. And so I'm telling you this because obviously I'm recording this video, I was able to push forward. So even though these things were huge triggers for me, even though I was lax for about 48 hours this week, I still was like, okay, Sasha, new day, keep going, restart, refresh. What can we do? Because we still have goals. If those things that were significant impacted you, think about being healthy and being here for your husband and for your children. And as an educator to other students, how can I be powerful and prevalent in a good way, in a positive way? And so that was really my motivation. And so I kicked it up a notch. I kicked my workouts. I did my toning. I feel like I got some muscle. Like, look at that. Like, that's a full flex. I was playing no games. So let me just tell you the weigh in. Ain't nothing changed. I'm still 191 pounds, you guys. But I did lose an inch off my waist, so I was really proud about that. And that's why I talked about in the last weigh-in, make sure that you find other ways to celebrate other than the number on the scale. It is so important. So this is a shirt that, let me kind of scooch up. So this is a shirt I bought 8 years ago when I was about to graduate with my master's. It was my first year of teaching. I worked my behind off doing online classes and teaching my first professional job, and I graduated with 1 year with my master's education. This is a medium shirt from that university, St. Mary's of the Woods. And I haven't wore it because it did not fit shortly after it. And I was bigger than that. I was about 30 pounds bigger. I squeezed into the top, and it was a gold top. Well, sorry, I gotta pull it down because I'm sitting on the ground. But yeah, it's a little snug. Again, I've had 3 kids, you guys. It does change the body, but your girl's in it. Like, you gotta celebrate the different kind of goals and the goals that matter. At that time, when dating nobody, wasn't any of that. And I've had 3 babies come out of me, and I'm wearing a size medium shirt that I bought 8 years ago. Like, that's just awesome. Another thing is I do have some like digestive issues. I think I've had them from babies, I'll be honest. And I've gone to the doctor. I've talked about them before, maybe in like one of my first ones. You can go back if you haven't watched the weight loss vlogs. But I do go to the doctor. I am super healthy, but she suggested Miralax. And I kind of had stopped taking Miralax. But it's really soft. It helps aid in digestion. I stopped taking it for a month, and I think that did me a disservice. So one of the changes this week is I went back to taking it. I don't take a lot of it. I take about a tablespoon. I'll put it in my smoothie or my water. It doesn't cause me any problem. It just helps me stay regular so I can go to the bathroom, do number 2 every day comfortably without, any issues. Not trying to be TMI, but it's about health. And that, I feel like that really helped. That might have helped with my 1 inch coming off my waist. And then the other thing I went back to buying is I use the Rely On brand, not sponsored, ketone meters. Sorry if it's backwards. Still use my phone for recording, you guys. But I even saved my stick. So I just tested this before hopefully you guys can see that. So I just tested, let's see if it'll focus. Yeah. I just tested that before this video. I'm in ketosis. Really anything from trace to bigger than that is ketosis, people. So I've done keto for over a year, off and on, but pretty consistent. Your body is gonna adjust and you're not gonna have like those dark purples if you use a urine stick. People do blood meters. I don't like poking my fingers. I'm just not there. So I don't use it, but I know people use like the Mojo, and I think there's another one. There's one where you can breathe into it and it reads your ketones, but that's like $300 or something like that. But anyway, this is work for me. I just wanted to see, because I had that 28, 30 hour slip up, how I was doing. So I did check my ketones just to make sure that everything was good, and thank the Lord it was. So that's been pretty much it. As far as my goals this week, it's the same freaking goal. I want to see 180, whatever, 189.9, whatever. If it's more than that, then I will be super excited. I'm ready to get back into the 180s. I have been doing dry fasting, meaning no food or water, for 18 to 23 hours for the last 3 days. And it wasn't for the weight loss portion. If you're in ketosis and you're tracking your macros, you're going to lose weight. But the reason why I'm doing that is something called autophagy, and I've talked about it before. But autophagy is where your cells start to rejuvenate, and the longer you go, the more deeper it penetrates. So most of the time, it's just at a cellular level. So your white blood cells, your red blood cells start to rejuvenate and repair some of the damaged cells that are already in your body, and they produce new ones, which they typically do. Your body produces new cells, I believe it's every 48 or 72, one of those hours. So you get a brand new set of cells. But what this does is this replaces damaged cells in between there, which is some of the benefits why people fast. Now, I'm already a fan of intermittent fasting, but when you do a dry fast without food or water, your body is not doing any kind of digesting. It doesn't have anything to do, so it goes deeper. So instead of cellular, it's going molecular, meaning it's going deep inside the cells to get rid of any damage, anything that needs to be fixed, to start helping it repair. So sometimes you see better urinary issues start clearing up after a certain time. That's why people do 48, 72 hours. Sometimes people do 5-day dry fast. I'm not there yet. You see people's face clear up. You see a lot of different things go on. Rashes, infections can really clear up because you're allowing your body to just work internally. So that was the main reason why I wanted to do it. Purge whatever might have been going on, because again, I started having to take the Miralax just because I was having some discomfort, and I've seen a lot of great effects. And even though I have makeup on, like I still have bumps, okay? But overall, my face has been clearing up. So I'm grateful for that. And my goal is for it to ultimately be clear. I just have lipstick on, and I think I have on makeup. And then I'll be like, no, this is just all natural glow. But anyway, that's the video. Sorry it's a little bit longer, but I have a little bit more information to tell you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Of course, I'm going to leave you with a little body shot, and I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.